August 13th, 2018, Frederick, Colorado. A quiet suburban street, home to the Watts family, Chris, Shanann and their two daughters Bella and Celeste. On the outside, everything looked perfect. Inside, it was about to become a true crime tragedy that would shock the nation. I remember when the story broke. A father makes a tearful plea for his missing family on TV. But the truth was darker than anyone could imagine. Chris Watts, a seemingly devoted husband, was living a double life. He was having an affair with a co-worker, Nicole Kessinger. Driven by desire for a fresh start, Chris made a horrific decision. That night, Chris strangled his pregnant wife, Shanann, in their own home. He wrapped her body, loaded it into his truck, and drove off with his daughters Bella, 4, and Celeste, 3, still alive in the back seat. Hours later, at a remote oil work site, he suffocated both girls and hid all 3 bodies. It's the kind of evil that doesn't seem possible, let alone real. The investigation moved fast. At first, Chris played the worried husband, insisting he had nothing to do with his family's disappearance. But under pressure, and faced with mounting evidence, he confessed. The motive? He wanted to be free to pursue his affair. To avoid the death penalty, Chris pleaded guilty. He's now serving 5 life sentences with no chance for parole. Even behind bars, the story didn't end. In prison, letters revealed in 2024, Chris pointed fingers at everyone but himself, calling Shanann a control freak and Kessinger a Jezebel. But the facts remain. 3 innocent lives were taken and no excuse can ever make sense of that. The aftermath lingered. The Watts family home sat empty for years, notorious and unsellable, until it finally changed hands in 2023, the buyer's identity kept secret. Nicole Kessinger, the woman at the center of Chris's obsession, never commented publicly on his latest claims. Netflix's documentary American Murder: The Family Next Door poured new fuel on public fascination, laying bare the text messages, the surveillance footage, the cracks beneath the surface. And one heartbreaking detail emerged. Bella, the eldest daughter, fought for her life until the very end. She knew something wasn't right. Since then, Colorado has abolished the death penalty. Chris Watts will never walk free, but the questions and heartbreak he left behind continue to haunt all who followed the case. The Watts family tragedy is a chilling reminder. Sometimes the darkness hides in plain sight.